Welcome to our channel where we uncover the world's most intriguing mysteries. In this video, we'll explore Bhutan, a small yet enigmatic country. Have you ever heard of a place where happiness is valued more than wealth? Where there are no traffic lights, no beggars, and crime is nearly non-existent? A place where love for your neighbors is not only accepted but is part of the culture? Bhutan, a mysterious kingdom nestled in the Himalayas, is considered the happiest place on earth, where love and sexual freedom with female neighbors are celebrated as a part of everyday life. Bhutan, the land of happiness, is a small kingdom in the Himalayas that is globally renowned as the happiest country in the world. Interestingly, this happiness isn't based on economic wealth, but on a unique measure known as gross national happiness. Unlike most countries that gauge success through gross domestic product, GDP, Bhutan measures success through the happiness and well-being of its people. According to a recent survey, over 93% of Bhutan's population considers themselves happy. Despite this, Bhutan ranks 95th out of 137 countries in the World Happiness Report, mainly due to its modest economic status, rather than a lack of satisfaction. The King of Bhutan once declared that gross national happiness is more important than gross domestic product. In Bhutan, free time is highly valued, with people engaging in simple pleasures like drinking tea, meditating, chanting, or gathering vegetables. Technology is not a priority here. The internet, television, and smartphones are not considered essential. The people live in harmony with nature, going to bed and rising with the sun. Even the latest tech gadgets don't capture much attention here. Another interesting aspect is how Bhutan's homes are built. They often use natural materials like stone, walnut, wood, and clay, and houses are usually unlocked because crime is nearly non-existent. In Bhutan, you won't find beggars or homeless people. Anyone in need can knock on the king's door for assistance. The crime rate is astonishingly low, and Bhutan's commitment to nature is truly remarkable. They set a world record by planting 50,000 trees in just 1 hour. The government even established a Ministry of Happiness to ensure the satisfaction of its citizens. Unique marriage customs. In some parts of Bhutan, traditional relationships are vastly different from those in other countries. In a matriarchal society, women have the freedom to engage in relationships with multiple men, often brothers of their main husband. In this context, the concept of adultery, as we know it, doesn't really apply. Historically, Bhutan's culture hasn't emphasized formal marriage ceremonies. Couples in love would simply live together and raise children without necessarily getting married. Notably, in many cases, the husbands in a family are actually brothers, as marrying the eldest son traditionally means his brothers would also be considered her husbands. When a man marries, he moves into his wife's household, which contrasts with the more common practice where the wife moves into the husband's home. Inheritance also reflects the matriarchal nature of Bhutanese society, with daughters, especially the eldest, inheriting the family's wealth and assets. This practice highlights the high value placed on women in Bhutanese culture. Moreover, Bhutan's laws strongly protect women's rights. For instance, if a husband engages in any form of physical abuse, even a light slap, the wife can take legal action, potentially leading to the husband's immediate imprisonment. Divorce in Bhutan is also straightforward, requiring only a written agreement signed by both parties and a witness. While Bhutan has been transitioning towards monogamy in recent years, some rural areas still adhere to these traditional marriage practices. Bhutan, where 90% of dishes include butter and chili, is not just a seasoning, but a vegetable present in almost every dish. Chili peppers are everywhere, whether fresh, dried, green, red, or even mixed with cheese, making Bhutanese cuisine spicier than most Western dishes, but less greasy than the food of neighboring China and India. Let's start with sokpi, a dish that combines dried beef, white chili peppers, and radish. What makes this dish unique is that the chili is used whole, delivering an unforgettable spicy kick. If you're a fan of salted pork, you might enjoy kampa, but be prepared. This dish also packs in plenty of dried chili peppers. Then there's emchi, Bhutan's signature dish, where chili is not just an ingredient but a way of life, eaten at every meal, every day. Bhutanese people even dry their chili peppers and mold them into squares, creating a delicacy known as chogo, which can take up to 45 minutes to eat. Rice is a staple in Bhutan, but it's not the fluffy white rice you might be used to. Instead, Bhutan's rice is red and has a unique texture that can challenge the palate of the unaccustomed. Since rice farming in Bhutan occurs at an average altitude of over 10,000 feet, it's no wonder the grains are a bit tougher. The country's highest peak, Gonar Penum, towers at nearly 25,000 feet, making it one of the tallest unclimbed mountains in the world. Tea is another favorite in Bhutan, but it's far from ordinary. In Bhutan, tea is often served with a pinch of salt, pepper, and even a small spoonful of butter. This might surprise you, but it's quite common here. Additionally, each adult in Bhutan consumes nearly 9 liters of alcohol per year, well above the global average. However, on Tuesdays, known as Dry Day, the government prohibits the sale of alcohol, giving the nation a brief pause in its spirited consumption. Traditional clothing in Bhutan isn't just reserved for ceremonies, it's part of everyday life. Men wear the go, and women don the kira, both featuring a large pocket in the front. This isn't just for aesthetics, it's practical too, as it can hold everything from a mobile phone to small personal items. If you visit Bhutan, you'll notice that all male tour guides wear the go, and when they enter fortresses, they must also don a white scarf, a requirement rather than just a fashion statement. Bhutanese people wear their traditional clothes to work, temples, offices, and formal events. For government employees, this attire is even more strictly enforced. Even school children wear traditional clothing daily. Here's something you might find surprising. Bhutan is one of the few places where you'll still see men wearing what might look like skirts but are actually gos. Social status in Bhutan is also reflected in what you wear, particularly the color of the scarf draped over the left shoulder. For instance, a white scarf signifies a commoner, while a yellow scarf is reserved for nobles and monks. This unique blend of tradition, practicality, and cultural pride makes life in Bhutan truly fascinating and unlike anywhere else in the world. Bhutan's economy may be modest, with the average annual income for a Bhutanese person being just around $1,400. To put that in perspective, this is about 1/3 of what the average person earns in Vietnam. The unemployment rate among Bhutan's youth hovers close to 30%, and around 1 in every 8 people lives below the poverty line. Interestingly, the Bhutanese lifestyle does not revolve around constant work. Many people here work only enough to meet their basic needs and make occasional trips to the local market. What might surprise you even more is that half of Bhutan's male population are monks residing in monasteries. Their daily routines involve tasks like cleaning, praying, and pouring holy water for both local devotees and international visitors. It's no wonder you won't find global giants like McDonald's or Starbucks in Bhutan. The country's unique way of life extends to its banking system too. Bhutan does not have online banking services, and customers must visit the bank in person for any transactions. Additionally, Bhutan maintains only 3 embassies in its capital, Thimphu, relying heavily on India for international diplomatic relations. The Bhutanese currency, Ngultram, is tied to the Indian rupee, emphasizing the close economic ties between the two nations. This intriguing mix of ancient traditions and modern-day simplicity is what makes Bhutan a truly unique destination that captivates the world's imagination. In Bhutan, the origins of phallic worship date back to the 15th century and the teachings of a monk named Drukpa Kunli, famously known as the Divine Madman. Drukpa Kunli was anything but conventional. His teachings often used sexual themes and humor to challenge the strict religious norms of his time. He introduced the phallus as a symbol of fertility, protection, and a way to subvert societal expectations. Over time, this symbol became deeply rooted in Bhutanese culture, so much so that phallic symbols are now seen everywhere, painted on homes, carved into wooden sculptures, and even incorporated into religious ceremonies. What truly fascinates visitors is the striking contrast between the boldly sexual nature of these symbols and Bhutan's reputation as a modest and deeply spiritual society. These aren't just crude or simple drawings, they are often intricately decorated, sometimes depicted in the act of ejaculation, and can be found alongside images of dragons and other mythical beings. These symbols are believed to protect against evil spirits, bring good luck, and promote fertility. For tourists, this widespread acceptance and the seamless integration of such symbols into everyday Bhutanese life offer a unique and surprising window into the country's culture. One of the most popular tourist attractions is the Chimi Lakhang Temple, also known as the Fertility Temple. Here, phallic symbols made from stone, bamboo, and ivory are used in rituals to bless couples struggling to conceive. The temple draws thousands of visitors each year, all eager to learn about the cultural and spiritual significance behind this unusual practice. Bhutan is known for its vibrant and meaningful festivals, unlike anything you'll find elsewhere in the world. In a Bhutanese wedding, monks chant ancient mantras, creating a deep spiritual bond between the couple. But that's just the beginning. They also have a ritual known as the forest ceremony, where beer is offered to the gods. Once the sacred rituals are complete, the newlyweds share the remaining beer with their guests, marking the official start of their married life. Now let's talk about Bhutan's national sport, archery. But this isn't your standard Olympic archery. In Bhutan, two teams face off, shooting arrows toward each other's targets while the atmosphere is alive with food, drink, singing, and dancing. The wives and fans of the archers have a playful role too. They try to distract the opposing team by teasing them, often with a beer in hand. When it comes to festivals, Bhutan takes things to a whole new level of color and meaning. The new year kicks off with a festival called Where Dancing is a Central Theme. During this festival, a special tray of dough balls with hidden fillings predicts your fortune for the year. If you find a chili, you're in for a talkative year. If it's something white, like salt or rice, it signifies kindness. But if you come across black coal, it's a sign your heart might need some healing. Equally captivating is the Jalari Mountain Festival. At the stroke of midnight, a group of male dancers emerges wearing nothing but masks and loincloths. They perform a traditional dance believed to ward off evil spirits. Then there's the Chawar Festival, where the Cham dance takes center stage. Performed exclusively by men, this dance tells stories of morality and life, serving as a moving form of meditation for both the dancers and the audience. Bhutan's vibrant festivals offer a window into its rich cultural tapestry, where tradition and spirituality come alive. The Black-Necked Crane Festival takes this connection a step further, intertwining cultural heritage with a profound dedication to environmental conservation that sets Bhutan apart on the global stage. One of the most remarkable events in Bhutan that has captivated global attention is the Black-Necked Crane Festival. This annual celebration, held on November 11th in the serene Pobjika Valley, stands out not just for its cultural significance but for its deep-rooted commitment to environmental conservation. The festival is timed to coincide with the arrival of the endangered black-necked cranes which migrate from the vast Tibetan plateau to spend the winter months in Bhutan. What truly astonishes visitors is how seamlessly this festival weaves together spirituality, cultural heritage, and ecological awareness. In Bhutanese culture, these majestic cranes are not just seen as vital to the ecosystem, they are also revered as spiritual entities. Local traditions suggest that these birds embody the spirits of ancestors returning to bless the land, adding a layer of profound spiritual significance to the event. The festival is marked by a series of traditional performances, most notably the crane dance, where dancers beautifully mimic the elegant movements of the cranes. The celebration also features masked dances and songs that convey Buddhist teachings and local stories connected to cranes. These performances go beyond mere entertainment. They serve a crucial role in educating people about the urgent need to protect the natural habitats of these endangered birds, which face growing threats from human activity. In Bhutan, the Black-Necked Crane Festival is more than just a spectacle. It is a powerful statement about the nation's commitment to preserving both its cultural heritage and the environment, a lesson the rest of the world could learn from. Monastic retreats of 3 years, 3 months, and 3 days. In the mystical kingdom of Bhutan, there is a spiritual practice so intense and unique that it has captured the fascination of the entire world, dedicating not just days or months, but a full 3 years, 3 months, and 3 days to a monastic retreat known as in Bhutanese Buddhism. This extraordinary commitment involves deep meditation, rigorous spiritual study, and complete isolation from the outside world. This tradition is rooted in the An schools of Buddhism and is a profound demonstration of the pursuit of enlightenment. The number 3 holds deep spiritual significance in Buddhism, symbolizing various sacred principles. For more than 1,170 days, participants engage in an inner journey that requires an almost unimaginable level of dedication and discipline. Only a few hundred monks and nuns in Bhutan embark on these retreats at any given time, highlighting just how rare and demanding this path is. For many, especially in the West, this practice is a source of both admiration and amazement. It starkly contrasts with modern life, where productivity and social interaction often take center stage. These retreats offer a rare and profound insight into a way of life that values inner growth far above worldly achievements, challenging our conventional understanding of time and purpose. Intriguing prohibitions. Bhutan, with its unique way of life, has several intriguing prohibitions that might surprise you. To maintain peace and tranquility, don't mess with the local wildlife. In Bhutan, raising animals like chickens, cows, or sheep for meat is prohibited. If you want meat, it must be imported from neighboring India. This is largely due to the fact that 80% of Bhutan's population practices Buddhism, a religion deeply ingrained in their lives. They strictly adhere to a no-kill policy, even extending it to insects. Even bugs that crawl into your hotel room are safe. Hunting and fishing are also off-limits, with very few exceptions. Bhutan also says no to chemical fertilizers, so if you're after clean, pesticide-free vegetables, this is the place for you. The Bhutanese government once banned the import of vegetables from India after discovering harmful chemicals in some produce. The ban on poultry products, including eggs, further solidifies Bhutan's commitment to organic living. Bhutan didn't have access to television or the internet until 1999 when the ban was lifted, making it the last country in the world to introduce television. When the first TVs arrived, the people of Bhutan's capital were mesmerized, spending hours glued to the screen, captivated by Indian movies. But with television came new challenges. Children started playing outside less, and incidents like a student breaking his arm while mimicking boxing moves seen on TV became more common. Bhutan is not just a land of peculiar customs and serene living, it's a place that makes us reflect on the true values of happiness. Is wealth and modern technology the only path to happiness, or have we overlooked something more important? What if we slowed down, connected more with our communities, and found joy in the simple things like they do in Bhutan? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can continue exploring amazing places and learning from unique cultures around the world with our channel. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on our next exciting journey.